So here's where I planted the cantaloupes. No germination yet, but I did, in order to use up some of the space I have and some of the plants I had left, I put a couple of pepperoncini peppers there, and that one I think is a bell pepper. Actually, I planted it because I wasn't really sure what it was. It got mixed up in my seedlings, but I'm pretty sure it's a bell pepper, and we'll see how it does there. And those two are tomato plants, obviously. Those are BHN 589s, which is a determinate hybrid that does pretty well. So medium-sized tomatoes, they should be pretty good for making sauce or preserving somehow. And I guess I need to come here and harvest some of this lettuce. I just do the pick and come again harvest on those, and we'll see how long they last into the spring. Oh, look, we have a robin. And we have a puppy. There's a red robin in the bird feeder there, or the bird bath, I mean. And this is where I planted some of those, I forget what they call them, but they're kind of a furry sunflower. And some of those are germinating. We got a light mist this morning, so you can't really see anything, but I just wanted to show you how I filled things in there. And today we're gonna string up some of the tomatoes in the other garden because they're getting tall enough where the wind's gonna start knocking them over if I don't do something with them. So Saturday, I believe it's the 16th of March, 5 days until official spring is here, but here it's spring now. So let's go take a look at the other side of the garden. So I just got done setting up my string trellis here. These are the indeterminate tomatoes, which means they'll grow throughout the season. In some places, not here, but yesterday I put up this center line here so the plants in the center can have their own trellis to string up to. And then I put these I just put these strings in the ground, and you'll notice that I put some extra string there, and that's so that once the plants get up to the top, I can lower them down, because the bottoms of the plants by then, see the extra string there, and then there's a steel staple in the ground there. Let me show you that. These are just ground staples for putting down ground cover and stuff like that, and for this. So as those grow up, I'll put these clips on, these little string clips, and basically they go around the stem of the plant, and I'll be trimming these plants and trimming what some people call the suckers off of them, because I want big nice tomatoes, and I don't have to have lots and lots of them. So actually a lot of people say that they'll perform better if you do that. And what'll happen is it clears out some of the area so you get good air circulation around the plants. And that's important, so you don't get powdery mildew or bug problems and stuff like that. And it makes it a lot easier to find your fruit and pick them. So these are the 5 indeterminate varieties I got here. I've got Better Boy, Big Beef Hybrid, Black Crim, Patty Stripe Beefsteak, and Mortgage Lifter on the end. So we're hoping for good results with that. I also strung up some of these these determinate varieties down here just because, well, here's the cages that I put on some of these determinants. Those are Celebrity and BHN 602, 2 of those down on the end. And these here are BHN 589s, which is another determinate variety, and I strung those up too. So just because I'm out of tomato cages and I don't want to have to buy more, so I'm going to use strings to hold those up. And the determinate varieties, you can trim them a little bit, but you don't want to trim them too much, because the whole idea of them is that they put a bunch of tomatoes on them and then they're done with. So you don't want to take too many branches off of them, or probably won't take any other than some lower ones to allow air circulation. And so they make as many tomatoes as possible. So here's a look at the what I call the big garden on Saturday, the 16th of March, 2024. Cucumbers are starting to come along. Had a cucumber beetle on that one, but I caught him in the act, and he's had his last meal now. And, these were sprayed with an organic pest killer called Jack's Dead Bug Juice, which the main ingredient in this ad is spinosad, because you know, if you don't do something about the bugs, you're not going to have plants. It's just the way it is. So yeah, they got another one. They got was right down here, but I replanted another variety in there. What else is going on in the garden? I have one of my onions is bolting. That's bad news. I was hoping for a big onion there, but it's shooting up a flower stalk, so that means thinks it's year 2. So that one there didn't work out. They say, whoever they are, say that that's going to happen with a certain percentage of your onions when you grow them. So I'm hoping that the other ones don't do that, because once they bolt like that, that means the onions won't store, and you just have to use them the way they are. So I'll still get an onion out of it, but I don't know. I'm not very good at growing onions. I've said that before in other videos. There's my gardening partner. She wants to go back inside. It's getting warm out here today. There's my other gardening partner over there. So yeah, shade cloth is coming in handy right now. These plants are loving it. We did a trimming of the lettuce yesterday. Got a bunch of lettuce out of it, and we're gonna cut them and come again on the lettuce. So they won't last much longer. Once it starts getting really hot, they'll be done. A few more radishes left to pick. The eggplant that I transplanted in that pot's doing good, and these peppers look like they're doing pretty good. I'm not a great pepper grower either. Hopefully that's going to be fixed this year. Carrots are coming along. Another pot of carrots there. So yeah, it's a nice day out in the garden. The sun's beating on my neck right now. So I just did, probably an hour and a half worth of work in here. So I'm going to go back inside and see if there's any more coffee left. Well, if you look on the ground here, you can see the crossvine is dropping its blossoms. And that's sad, but at the same time that's happening, the wisteria is putting its blossoms on. So it's in full bloom now. Really beautiful plant. And it's on both sides of the fence here. So it's kind of tough to get a good picture of this, but we still have plenty of crossvine blossoms, but they're starting to wither. And so it's time for the wisteria to put on their show. Don't see any bees yet this year. I haven't seen any bees this year.